bred for exportation, now rebranded for national consumption. These cattle were originally slated to go into the U.S. market, but that was before the United States banned Mexican livestock nearly 2 months ago amid concerns over the spread of screwworm, a parasite that can devastate cattle herds. Here in the northern Mexican state of Chihuahua, the import ban is crippling the economy, which depends largely on the cattle industry. Unable to export their livestock, ranchers are forced to turn to the national market at nearly half the price. With over 500,000 head of cattle sent from Chihuahua to the U.S. every year, the industry represents nearly $1 billion in this state alone. Cattle contract screwworm when infected flies lay eggs on an open wound. The worm then burrows into the skin, killing livestock within weeks.
This plague has been advancing from South America. We've been warning authorities about stopping it before it reaches further north. We've been telling federal authorities for years that illegal cattle are entering through the southern border, and we've been ignored.
So far, all cases of this parasite have been detected in southern Mexico, hundreds of miles from the U.S. border. Once they arrive here, workers check these cattle's paperwork, they check their ear tags to make sure they're here legally, but perhaps more importantly, they do thorough physical checks to make sure they have no sign of infection or any wounds that could mean the presence of this plague. While the ban has affected nearly every cattle rancher in this part of Mexico, the bigger ones can afford to ride it out. But small-scale ranchers don't have that luxury. 70-year-old Manuel Borunda has been tending these fields since before he was old enough to read and write. For the last few months, he's been prepping these calves to be sold for exportation to the U.S.
We get 4 or 5 calves ready, and then we sell them to exporters. With that money, we are able to buy food for the remaining animals, and also for our family.
The challenges have been worsened by an extreme and prolonged drought in this desert region, which has seen the price of feeding a herd double in recent years. If Manuel is unable to sell these calves, he says his business won't survive the year. The same uncertain future facing almost all of the small-scale ranchers in this region. Julia Galiano, Al Jazeera, Chihuahua, Mexico.
Don't miss out, get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news and expert insights. Like, share, stay ahead.